Hello and welcome to NewsX World. I'm Asuma Katauka and you are watching Hollywood Calling. From celebrity scoops to film and music buzz, here's your quick look at what's making headlines in entertainment today. Jailed rapper Diddy Combs is eyeing a comeback concert at Madison Square Garden. His lawyer says he hopes to reconnect with fans, family, and his 7 children after his sentencing in October. Rap icon Busta Rhymes has been honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Nearly 30 years after his debut album, he called it a complete moment and thanked legends like Chuck D and LL Cool J. TikTok has removed a video by beauty mogul Huda Kattan after she pushed false claims linking Israel to global wars and 9/11. Her comments triggered outrage and calls for a boycott. In Virginia, actor Adam Turk was shot while trying to break up a fight. He died a hero, staying on life support to donate his organs. Theater communities now mourn his loss and honor his legacy. Rapper Diddy Combs is planning a comeback. Despite sitting behind bars, the 55-year-old awaiting sentencing on federal charges hopes to headline Madison Square Garden. After his release, his lawyer says Combs wants to reconnect with family, including his 7 children, and rebuild his life through music. Let's dive into the full details. Rapper and music mogul Diddy Combs is making headlines again. But this time, it's not for a new album or fashion line. The hip-hop legend is now reportedly seeking a presidential pardon from none other than President Donald Trump. This comes after Diddy was denied bail on Tuesday and now faces sentencing in October. He could get up to 20 years in prison after being convicted in July on 2 counts of transporting individuals for prostitution. He was found not guilty of the more serious charges like racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, which could have meant life in prison, but he's still looking at jail time. Now, sources tell NBC News that Combs' legal team has reached out to President Donald Trump for a possible pardon. Diddy, once a giant of pop culture and hip-hop, co-founded Bad Boy Records and helped launch the career of Notorious B.I.G. He also built a business empire across fashion, TV, and spirits. But now, aside from the criminal case, he's facing multiple civil lawsuits, further complicating his legal troubles. Bureau Report, NewsX World. For this discussion, we are joined by Irina Zuckerman. She's a senior journalist, joins us live from New York. Thank you, Irina, for joining us. Good to see you on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, Diddy is thinking of planning a comeback, and as they say, all press is good press. Do you think this is a good idea?
I think it's a disastrous idea. I think even though the prosecutors made a mess of his case and failed to prove to the jury that he was involved in sex trafficking, the miasma of the findings from the trial is hanging over him, and it's not easy to dissipate. Even if he's technically not guilty, I think the public opinion will have turned against him on this ground, especially in light of the noise concerning Jeffrey Epstein that the administration has been trying in vain to subdue. Diddy's attempts to rehabilitate his image couldn't come at the worst possible time at the moment, and I think even if he is not, even if he's trying to portray himself as someone who merely enjoyed having a great time at those parties, the fact that President Trump attended many of those parties, as he did the events held by Jeffrey Epstein, does not help his own story in this matter. I think his case will be tied to the Epstein events by association, regardless of the trial outcomes.
And Irina, do you think that he will be perceived well by American society?
I doubt that anyone will think of him the same way as before all these findings came out. First of all, think about it. He was still found guilty of prostitution. Even if Trump grants him a pardon, that does not control the court of the public opinion. Trump has pardoned many people who were clearly guilty of various offenses, such as corruption and fraud-related offenses, for the fact of their campaign donations. Recently, Ghislaine Maxwell was transferred to a minimum security prison, and many believe it is due to the fact that she essentially helped Trump with distancing himself from the Epstein claims and events, and essentially by stating that he hasn't done anything wrong in her presence. Sean Combs may very well try the same approach, but I don't think that will change anyone's mind about who he was and his own actions and role in the story. I think his involvement will be perceived as a business risk by investors. I think the association with him will continue to remain toxic, and I think his attempts to rehabilitate himself and escape accountability for what he's done will be seen as morally wrong by a lot of people. I think he lost a great deal of his support. He may reclaim freedom. He may reclaim technical. He may clear his name in the legal record, but not in the court of public opinion.
Thank you, Irina, for sharing that. And now, building on your answer, how do we separate the art from the artist in case of a musician this huge like Diddy, or do we not?
I think it's becoming increasingly difficult, precisely because we are living in the moment. That may happen later on, decades from now, such as many great writers and musicians of the past were rehabilitated, or their work enjoyed classic appeal. It's more difficult to do so with contemporaries, simply because it's difficult to separate one's judgment from current events. We are seeing cancellation of many individuals who were involved in Me Too scandals, and Sean Combs' scandal is by far one of the worst. His handling of the situation does not help matters. Rather than admitting accountability and apologizing not only to his victims, but also to the general public, and showing not just a shallow apology, but showing that he has changed. He's instead attempting to avoid accountability altogether by asking for presidential pardon, which of course doesn't mean that he is not guilty. Quite the opposite in this case, given that Trump has been known to pardon people who were clearly convicted and didn't hide their guilt. This approach, the fact that he's merely trying to escape accountability rather than showing that he's a changed man, will not sit well with the American public. I think many people will find it hard to listen to anything that comes out from him, or to enjoy any fashion accessories coming from his business empire without thinking, without it being tainted by his not just reputation, but his actions and his behavior. Had he come clean, had he admitted what he has done and shown a clear path towards not just compensating victims on technical grounds, or because because the law demands him, maybe it would be different, but I see nothing of that sort.
Yes. Thank you very much, Irina Zuckerman, for joining us today in Hollywood Calling and sharing your insight, all the way from New York. Now we move on. In Virginia, a beloved stage actor has died after a heroic act. 35-year-old Adam Turk was shot while trying to intervene in a domestic dispute in Richmond. Authorities say the gunman later took his own life. Turk was kept on life support for organ donation, a final act his family calls pure compassion. A star of Richmond's theater scene, Turk won multiple awards, and was set to play Dracula this fall. Tributes have poured in from friends, actors, and community members, all remembering a man who gave everything, even his life, to help others. Now we move on. U.S. President Donald Trump is doubling down on his support for actress Sydney Sweeney, backing her controversial American Eagle campaign. Trump praised Sweeney for being a registered Republican, calling her ad the hottest right now. He then slammed car maker Jaguar for going Vogue and took aim at Taylor Swift, calling her a Vogue singer and claiming she's no longer hot. Trump's message was clear: reject Vogue brands, embrace Republican values. As for American Eagle, Trump claims the jeans are flying off the shelves. Now for this discussion, we're joined by John Rosamondo. He's the president of Viking Research Associates, joins us live from Washington, D.C. Thank you, John, for joining us at Hollywood Calling.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Now, do you think Trump's support for Sweeney will harm her image or do good for her?
Well, let's put it this way. The whole Sweeney controversy is one of the most ridiculous controversies ever. You have a beautiful woman, modeling in jean apparel, and you have people who just want to make issues out of non-issues, causing a ruckus and just making the whole American culture seem ridiculous to outsiders.
Yeah, and John, now how do you see the American Eagles ad as a good PR? Is it a good PR strategy or something that will crash and burn?
Well, let's put it this way. I'm not much for jean ads. We've had them for decades, but it's just something that isn't a controversy. I mean, it's not like you have Miss Sweeney, half naked or something like that, and you have people raising moral issues. I mean, it's just the fact that she's white and beautiful. You have people who just simply want to put forward ugliness and make a controversy out of it.
Yes, indeed. And John, should Sydney Sweeney speak up here, or is it better for her to be silent?
Well, I think that just simply ignoring the critics is the best thing to do, because these are people who have nothing better to do than to criticize a very tame, boring ad campaign featuring a beautiful white woman.
Thank you very much, John Rosamondo, for joining us in Hollywood Calling today and sharing your insight. Thank you very much. Now we move on. TikTok has removed a video by beauty mogul Huda Kattan after she promoted false conspiracy theories accusing Israel of orchestrating major world events, including 9/11 and both world wars. The video was slammed as anti-Semitic by Jewish groups and prompted renewed calls to drop her products from retailers like Sephora. Kattan's billion-dollar brand Huda Beauty faces growing backlash. Let's dive into the full details. Huda Kattan, founder of Huda Beauty, posted a video on TikTok accusing Israel of orchestrating 9/11 and the world wars. The video was quickly taken down for spreading harmful misinformation. In her now deleted post, Kattan claimed Israel allowed these major events to happen. However, Israel was established only in 1948, after both world wars ended. TikTok confirmed the removal, citing violations of its community guidelines against false content. The platform emphasized the importance of shared facts and reality. Kattan remarks sparked widespread backlash online, with Jewish groups condemning her statements as anti-Semitic. The Anti-Defamation League called the conspiracy theories dangerous and hateful. The American Jewish Committee accused Khattan of spreading centuries-old hate disguised as criticism of Israel. They stressed these conspiracy theories are rooted in harmful stereotypes. Calls quickly emerged for retailers like Sephora to stop selling Huda Beauty products. A Change.org petition demanding the brand's removal has gained significant support. Huda Beauty is a billion-dollar company with millions of followers worldwide. It generates roughly $200 million in annual revenue, according to Forbes. Khattan has faced previous boycott calls for her pro-Palestinian stance amid the Israel-Hamas conflict. Her public comments continue to ignite controversy and debate. Neither Sephora nor Khattan's representatives have responded to the recent backlash. This controversy raises urgent responsibility of influencers in today's digital world.
Now we move on. Rock legend Ozzy Osbourne has died at the age of 76. A death certificate confirms the icon suffered a fatal heart attack linked to coronary artery disease and Parkinson's, which he had battled for years. The document filed in London was submitted by his daughter, Amy. Osbourne died on July 22, surrounded by his family. Fans have gathered in his hometown, Birmingham, to pay tribute, just weeks after he performed there one last time. Now we move on. Busta Rhymes, one of hip-hop's most influential voices, has been honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Nearly 3 decades after his debut album, The legendary rapper said he feels complete as he accepted the honor. Iconic names including LL Cool J, Chuck D, and Big Daddy Kane paid tribute, with Chuck D being the one who once gave Busta his stage name. During an emotional speech, the New York native reflected on his early struggles and his journey. Let's dive into the full details.
Hip-hop heavyweight Busta Rhymes has received a star on Hollywood Walk of Fame, honoring a groundbreaking career that spans more than 30 years. The event drew music legends and fans alike to Hollywood Boulevard for the special moment. The rapper was joined by longtime friends and fellow icons LL Cool J and Chuck D, who celebrated his contribution to the genre and his lasting impact on the culture. The ceremony was hosted by popular radio personality Big Boy. Busta Rhymes first made waves in the early 90s and quickly rose to fame with his solo debut in 1996. Known for his rapid-fire delivery and bold visuals, he became one of hip-hop's most dynamic performers. Throughout his career, he has sold over 20 million albums worldwide and consistently pushed the boundaries of music and performance. His work has influenced generations of artists and fans around the globe. On the red carpet, he posed proudly next to his star, acknowledging the hard work, longevity, and dedication that brought him to this point. His presence was filled with pride, energy, and gratitude. The honor comes as Busta continues to release new music, including a recent EP that showcases his signature style while embracing fresh collaborations. He remains a creative force in the industry. With this recognition, Busta Rhymes joins an elite group of artists whose legacy is etched into the streets of Hollywood, a permanent reminder of his role in shaping the sound and spirit of hip-hop. Bureau Report, NewsX World.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been spotted enjoying family time on a sunny California beach. The couple was seen with their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, near their Montecito home in Santa Barbara. Archie, now taking after his father, is learning to surf. Meghan, looking relaxed ahead of her 44th birthday, wore denim shorts and a straw hat. Harry embraced the laid-back style in shorts and sunglasses. The family was all smiles, even stopping to chat with locals. World-famous DJ Calvin Harris has left fans stunned after posting photos of his wife's placenta on Instagram following the birth of their son, Mika. The 40-year-old DJ, who shares the baby with Radio 1 host Vic Hope, praised his superhero wife in a photo series from their home birth in Ibiza. Among the pictures was a close-up of a placenta being dehydrated and turned into pills. While many celebrated the couple's news and praised the post for normalizing childbirth, others were taken back by the unfiltered content, prompting Instagram to slap an age restriction on it. Harris, who has 11 million followers, said he was so grateful for their new arrival regardless. Khloe Kardashian and Kris Jenner are going viral with a hilarious body swap parody inspired by the upcoming Freakier Friday film. The mother-daughter duo swapped roles in a spoof clip filled with special effects, styling tricks, and a surprise celebrity cameo. Khloe as Kris joked about having soft skin, while Kris playing Khloe credited salmon sperm. The video ends with Kris dropping a comedy gem, saying if it were a prank, she'd put Khloe on Scott Disick's body. Fans are calling Kardashian comedy gold. Dennis Richards is back filming The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, reuniting with castmates like Sutton Stracke and Erika Jayne amid her turbulent divorce from Aaron Pfeiffer's. The return comes after Richards accused Pfeiffer's of years of alleged abuse, including threats and physical harm, claims he has denied as completely false. She also says he violated a restraining order by leaking private information. Despite the ongoing legal battle, sources say Dennis is leaning on her probe friends for support, hoping to share her side of the story as her personal life becomes public once again. Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson are sparking romance rumors during the press tour for The Naked Gun, and they have already won over fans and family. Liam's son, Daniel Neeson, was spotted smiling and showing support during their appearance on Watch What Happens Live, while Pamela's sons, Brandon and Dylan Lee, praised the duo's work on Instagram despite on-screen chemistry and sweet off-screen moments, including Liam wrapping his coat around Pamela. Both stars continue to play coy about their relationship. Still, Liam has admitted he's madly in love and praised Pamela as funny and kind and ego-free. Pop star Dua Lipa has officially been granted Kosovo's citizenship, calling it the moment her two sides are now one. Born in London to Kosovan Albanian parents, Lipa spent part of her childhood in Pristina. President Vjosa Osmani hailed her as one of Kosovo's most iconic cultural figures. The ceremony, which included a children's choir singing her hit Levitating, took place ahead of her headline performance at the Sunny Hill Festival, a music event she co-founded to reshape global views of Kosovo. Lipa now holds citizenship in Britain, Albania, and Kosovo. Orlando Bloom is soaking up summer with his daughter Daisy Dove, sharing heartwarming moments from Instagram amid his recent split from Katy Perry. In a series of sweet photos, Pirates of the Caribbean stars spotted enjoying quality family time, flying kites, splashing in the ocean with their 4-year-old daughter Daisy, along with their new dog Biggie Smalls. Despite the breakup after 9 years, Bloom and Perry remain focused on co-parenting, recently appearing in a family photo with Daisy and Bloom's son Flynn. Meanwhile, Perry has sparked dating rumors with Canada's foreign Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Actress Kelly Mack, best known for her role as Addie in The Walking Dead, has died at the age of 33 following a battle with a rare central nervous system tumor called diffuse midline glioma. Her family shared that she passed peacefully on August 2nd, surrounded by loved ones. Mack, who also appeared in Chicago Med and the horror film broadcast Signal Intrusion, was remembered as a bright, fervent light. A celebration of her life will be held August 16 in Glendale, Ohio, with another memorial planned in Los Angeles. That's a wrap on Hollywood Calling for today. Your daily dose of stars, style, and stories returns soon.